Okay, Hammers of here, Monday afternoon, first day work. Regarding illegals, what they're get up to. In the news, Rome. Thieves at Rome break into a house. The owner of the house discovered these two individuals, I think 3 of them. And the neighbours join in to dish out a bit of citizens' justice. They're having a crap bean out of them. There happened to be a group of Georgian citizens, homeless, with no legal paperwork to demonstrate they came here legally. They were arrested and kept in custody. But usually it doesn't happen like this. When these individuals, whatever they are, foreigners, they tend to, you know, let off the hook and continue doing these things. Like North Africans on buses, on trains, they don't want to pay the fare, whether it's train or bus, and they usually attack the controller and even the coppers when they get called in. Okay, that's every day. The activities these are involved in, illegals, which has no title to stay here. They don't have house, they don't have no work, and there you are. Palmer, a lady encounters a group of men, and while she was talking on the phone, because it's wired up, her conversation was interrupted. And in the end, from this part of this group, two North Africans approached her and says, if you want your phone back, you have to give me 30 euro. Obviously, she done a photo of them in some way. And they were traced and they were arrested for theft and blackmail. No, extortion, I should say. Aragals. 5 Tunisian illegals was illegal squatting an elderly lady's house. As soon as the cops knew about this, under the new Law and Order bill regarding squatters, instead of wasting 5 years through the courts, if you have a house you're paying a mortgage on, and you have to continue paying utility bills, in next to no time the cops come along, they grab these people, and they can be immediately arrested and kicked off the property. So the days of squatters are over here in Italy. Well, at least that's a good thing. Catania, Santa Rosa. An illegal car park. You know those individuals which, here in Italy, usually North Africans, they find you car space where you should park it in the first place. And they're not employed by no type of, what you would call it, local government which governs or runs these parks. They're all illegals. Well, this person probably approached this 30-year-old man and killed him, probably stabbed him. This 30-year-old man is a father of a 4-month baby. The killer results to have a criminal record more longer than the arm, and with a deportation order. Now we're going to go to Milan. A 13-year-old kid, when walking his dog in a note area of Milan, probably the centre, where these rival gangs of foreigners, illegals, pushing narcotics and drugs and stuff like that, stabbed to death this 13-year-old kid while walking the dog. It doesn't say if this 13-year-old was there to do business with this chap. This person probably thought it was a menace to his territory. What usually happens, because it's true gangs between themselves. They do fight out the turf, who have a major dominance doing illegal activities. It's a bit like here at Pontedera. A few weeks ago, a fight broke out between North Africans, not because they were drug, because they're fighting over in their territory who is the boss of the drug market, basically, domination. Bologna, there was an illegal which was accompanied to a flight to be deported. This is probably the same story happened at Heathrow. An illegal escaped from a deportation flight. It set fire to some shrubbery near the planes take off, taxi runway, and it jeopardised the whole landing in air traffic control at Bologna Airport, which is Guglielmo Marconi. It's called the airport. There were delays for about a few hours, and this person has disappeared into thin air. Piacenza. 3 North African gangs which were battling out. As usual, their domination of illegal activities like drug pushing, violence, and extortion. I think about 9 of them were arrested. Even there was a so-called rapper which goes on social media boasting about how badass a gang member he is in his gang. He was arrested, and all his social accounts were blocked by the police. Last but not least, you would have thought Giorgia Meloni was on the side of the Italians, which had enough of these illegals and too many of these foreigners in Italy. No, you know what she wants to do? With a presidential decree, between 2026 and 2028, she wants to let entry in Italy about 500,000 illegals in the agricultural sector and the tourism sector. Excuse me, people losing their jobs, and you have to import labour, cheap labour I should say, to do these jobs. It's true Italians don't want to do these jobs anymore because it's hard, it's paid very little. Seeing the times of uncertainty of people losing their jobs and economically, I think it would have been a lot better you would have think about the needs of the people of the nation instead of all the time the illegals. No? It goes to show politicians, they do not give a shit about the citizens, because they're not interested in keeping seats, power, and they don't want to be kicked out of their parliamentary seats. Whether it's left or right, these problems won't be resolved. You cannot trust politicians. They are liars and thieves, and they're corrupt as well. And we're the ones who have to undergo every day this absolute menace to society, illegals flooding our streets. It's like a Far West. You never know if you could have been attacked by someone of these crazy characters, which most of them are probably under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or they've got really bad mental issues. Time put a stop to it. Put a foot down. Enough is enough. You got too many. You don't have to bring out more into our country.